Okay, today we're going to start up the Dodge 350 diesel. Let's see, I haven't started it in a few days, or more like a week practically. Okay. Oh. Yep. I'm right-handed, so it's a little hard for me. That's good. Okay. Put your brakes on. Alrighty. Clutch and crank.
Hit the roll call button.
AC's working. Oil's coming up. Pop the hood. Just a quick overall view. I still got the welder on the back. Yeah, I towed my tractor last week and haven't unhooked the trailer yet. Alrighty, and lights should still work. Top lights are working. Front lights are working. Marker lights are working. Rear marker lights are working. Rear running lights are working. Whoops, I got popped out. Oh, let's see if I can get you back in there. Nah, I'll mess with it later. Yeah. And trailer hookup lights should be working. Yep. Trailer running lights are working. So everything's functional on this truck. And I did have the transmission rebuilt. Probably been about 6 months now. And and then I had the AC completely redone. So there's some stains here and there. It has tiny rear seats. So there's one over there. It has 2 rear dual speakers. I think it does have a place for speakers here on the doors. And it's, yeah, it has a place for front speakers, excuse me. But I guess this truck, they were either taken out or it never didn't come with them. So, and I do have that door panel. It was actually already coming off when I bought the truck last summer, and it was just getting my nerves, and I pulled it off, and I just never bought it. All the clips are broken, and I just never bought any new ones. Turbo sounds great. I don't hear any major abnormal sounds from it. I hear it spool up pretty quick. It spools up great, actually. And the AC system was redone. New line, or the lines were either redone or replaced. He didn't tell me. My mechanic didn't tell me if he just had them the refrigerant lines redone or we just replaced them. Let's see, new belt, new idler. I believe I replaced the alternator. Yeah, I did replace the alternator last summer. Radiator's fine. Fan clutch runs good. I don't see or hear any exhaust leaks or injector leaks. I did replace all 6 valve cover grommet gaskets, and because I did have a leak on the two rear seals there, but I just replaced them all for cheap. I actually rebuilt the vacuum pump, and the brake booster was replaced. Actually, the whole brake booster and master cylinder was replaced. So the battery, still original battery. I actually did have it tested. It checked out okay. Alternator charging system checked out okay. Fuel pump does have, I don't know if you can see it very well. The camera isn't all that great. Here we go. Fuel pump does have some seepage. You can actually see it there on the block. So it's not major, major leaking. It's just some seeping from around it. So it will probably need to be replaced. So the fuel injection pump, I haven't had any problems with it. I've actually not really messed with it. At one point I did mess with the smoke screw, but it's turned back to stop. And but I've never actually turned this engine up or anything. So I've used it strictly for work and hauling. So I actually took pretty good care of it. I never abused it. So, well, I guess I don't know if I should say abuse, but I have run it pretty hard. So it will need new tires. Let's see. Yep, it's gonna need new tires. The inner tires, the inner dual tires have tread. The front tires have tread. But I believe what happened was, because I bought this truck from an old country, basically out in the middle of nowhere, at a dealer place. And I'm thinking what happened was this truck sat for a long time, and the belts basically got bent or flattened out. So when you run it, all the tires are bouncing all over the place on the highway. So I think all the tires are gonna have to be replaced, but the 2 outer dual tires for sure, because they have no tread left on them. So and let's see, I did have some, I think I had the ball joint, I had the U-joints replaced, and I think I did have some front end, like drag link bushings and stuff replaced. So I did a lot of work to this truck, to be honest. When I bought this truck, I drove it about 200 miles back home, and we didn't actually have any major problems with it. It was pretty great. It was a pretty good truck. But at the time, the compressor had locked up, so we didn't have AC. But yeah, I probably dumped about another $5,000 into this truck after I bought it. And it was my daily driver all last year, and now I just use it for hauling my little tractor. Oh, there it is. And I just haul that and the shredder, and that's about it. And of course now I got that welder on the back, and the welder is still for sale. I have a couple of people interested, and so if anyone's interested, just give me a call or leave me an email, one of the two. So never had running rear headache brake lights on it, so I've actually bought some. I have a couple of new ones for it, but I realized that the wiring is actually was just all cut. So I don't know why they cut off they just sliced the wirings off. I don't know why, and so I never got to check to see if they were going to work or not. But I do have the new headache front lights. Yeah, this truck is pretty much ready to go. So I'll see if I can show y'all a test drive, or give it a test drive a little later. So, matter of fact, you know what? I'll just unhook the trailer now and give y'all a little run. So, be right back.